officially peak week, guys. 6 days out. Well, I guess yesterday was technically the start of it, but it's Sunday now, and I'm actually headed to go get a tan right now. But before we get into this video, check out these pancakes I made. I needed some pancake redemption because we all know that quote-unquote pancake I had a few videos ago was absolute fail. So after seeing my boy Raphael from RZ Fitness TV put up a new recipe for his protein pancakes, I decided to get into it this morning. And I'm not gonna like walk you through what I did, but I'll show you what I used because he does that in his video, which I'll link below. So just almond milk, egg beaters, a scoop of iso whey, and what was the last ingredient? Oats. Yeah, 40 grams of oats. Blend that up, and the key is patience. When you're pouring the batter on the pan, you want the pan to be on a low heat, and you want to put a cover on it. That's what he told me. And you have to be patient as hell. Like, the almond milk's gonna give it nice volume, but you gotta let it cook and be patient. And you gotta Pam your pan as well. I Pammed my pan to tongue twister a good amount, and I got a nice amount of volume for it. But for my sauce, I did my own type of deal for the sauce. He was adding like cream cheese, chocolate syrup, like really good stuff, but I didn't have any of that in my house. So what I did is I just took a tablespoon of Skippy peanut butter and I put in Don't Worry Hippies, it's all natural peanut butter, and I threw in 10 grams of cocoa, and I mixed that up. Key is add a little bit of hot water at a time, and mix that up, get your desired consistency, throw in some stevia, and then it's really good. It's like sweet chocolate peanut butter sauce. Poured that on the pancakes, guys. Let me tell you, these are the best protein pancakes I've personally made because the volume is there. Like, you're eating a whole plate, like it's all around the plate, and there's like, I think I got 3 or 4 of them, and it's solid. It's none of that like small little condensed Instagram bullshit that you see, you know, girls making pancakes and taking close-up pictures that they look a lot bigger than they really are. None of that. These are solid. Shout outs to Raphael. Like I said, I'm gonna link his video below. Follow his recipe. These things are the GOAT of pancakes. But all right, guys, like I said, 6 days out now, headed to go tan. I decided I'm gonna be tanning up until Wednesday in the tanning beds. I'm gonna make sure my base is solid, and after that, I'm not gonna tan on Thursday because Friday is my spray tan. Checked in with Christian this morning, and we got a new set of macros, guys. We're bringing carbs down again. We're at 120 now. Fats are at 55, protein still at 190. Cardio, I've pretty much done all my cardio for the week except for one session, and that's a 400 calorie session. And how I'm gonna do that is I'm actually gonna split it up into 100 calorie sessions 4 times. So that way I can taper my cardio throughout the week. So I'm gonna do like 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, then the next 2 days. And that way I won't be overstressing my body at all. I won't be doing anything extremely intense. It's gonna cause me to retain water, but I'll still be getting the same amount of calories of cardio in, and I'll still be staying warm, and you know, keep the food going where it needs to go as far as glycogen, and just keep my body what it's used to doing. So got delts and arms today, guys. I'll check in with you in a little while. Headed out to hit delts and arms right now. Got myself big boy C4, tons of water in there. Trying to get in a good amount of water as always, but it's funny, I've been watching a decent amount of Ogus in the past week. I've seen a lot of his older vlogs, just been watching a lot of his prep vlogs from 2013. I've seen most of the 2011 stuff, and what's funny is I can relate to a lot of the things he says in his like car talks. I can relate to that now. I remember he was talking about something with regards to just everyday tasks, and he was saying how there comes a point when you're losing fat for like a competition or something where it's just that much harder to do simple things. And it's not even that it's harder, it's sort of weird, like making small talk with a random person. It's not that it annoys you, it's just that you're so focused on one goal that anything that isn't that one goal sometimes it sometimes seems like there's no point to it, kind of. So your mind almost tells you, like, don't focus on that. And the key is, I guess, to just be aware of that. Because the more aware of that you are, the less you're going to seem like an asshole to other people. But, yeah, it's just, I can relate to what he's saying now. And Kenny Gonzalez, if you know who he is, last year this time was prepping. And I remember his feels throughout the whole thing. I remember watching his videos, and he did a lot of talking about, you know, the hard parts of prep. And these guys are bodybuilders, so they're going through it on like a different level than I am, because I haven't really hit that point. My conditioning, like, I don't have to get as conditioned as a natural bodybuilder. I'm not going to endure that amount of pain prepping for a physique show, but it's just interesting how at the end of my prep now, I'm just starting to sort of see what those guys, you know, see what they meant, see what they were talking about. Solid delts and arms day, guys. I'd say it was pretty low volume for me, but in the grand scheme of things, these are small muscle groups, so I guess the volume was moderate maybe, but I typically do more. Anyways, not pushing myself 6 days out, like, beyond failure, not really going to the point where I'm gonna risk injury, risk just being overtrained, or risk anything like that, obviously, in the last week. But I still wanted to get in a good amount of work on my delts and arms. I was surprisingly weak at the shoulder press, putting the 50s up on the Arnold press for like 3 sets or 4 sets of 9. And it's mentally tough because I know I'm stronger than that. But you gotta sacrifice a little bit of strength sometimes if you want to, you know, go for that extra push on body fat. But nonetheless, still got a decent amount of volume in on that on the Arnold press there. Definitely pumped to get my strength back though. Headed over, well, actually stayed in the same spot. We hit some lateral raises. Those were good. Keeping the reps pretty high, keeping it controlled. Again, not doing anything crazy, but all in all, just going for the contraction, you know. Getting some delt volume in since I didn't do too much on my last push day. After that, headed to hit some rear delts. Decided to do face pulls. Wasn't really feeling another raise for my rear delts. I was really feeling face pulls for as much like rehab benefits as hitting my rear delts. I just feel like I need to sort of get on the side of my posterior chain a little bit and sort of, you know, I just felt like I needed it after doing a lot of front delt work the past 2 weeks. So hit a few sets of face pulls. Those felt nice. Felt really good. Again, higher rep range, but definitely enjoyed those. Did triceps next. You're going to see me do more, I think a little bit more tricep volume than bicep volume, just because my buys are a little sore. I don't know why. I didn't really hammer them too hard, but they were. So I think I started out with push downs on the triceps, and I usually do 3 exercises. I was only doing 2 separate exercises for triceps, but I started out with the rope, which I do it sometimes. You see me do the V-bar. I like to mix it up. Now the V-bar I really like, and the only push down like attachment that I don't like, well, not don't like, but don't feel it as well, is the straight bar. I pretty much feel everything pretty well besides the straight bar for whatever reason, just how my hands are positioned. So the rope, I actually, like, it was contracting really nicely, and I feel that most in my lateral head. I feel that's what it targets, and a lot of people would agree with me there. So if you're trying to hit that lateral head, it's the shorter head of your tricep. Go for the rope attachment, guys, and try to keep it slow and controlled. I guarantee you'll feel it if you make sure you're doing it correctly. But that was pretty good, and wanted to get some unilateral work in on the tries, so I ended up hitting 1 arm overhead cable extensions. Did a few sets of those. Those felt nice. You've seen me do the dumbbells a lot, and the dumbbells are great, but for arms is probably one of the things that I mix it up most on. Now, I'll probably stop mixing it up so much and focus a little bit more on a few key movements for progression once I get back into a surplus and stuff. But for now, I sort of like to keep my workouts more interesting since I'm not really technically progressing each workout. I've been mixing it up a little bit more than usual. But all in all, those things felt nice. That's going to target the long head a little bit more whenever your elbow is extended over your head. So yeah, those are the only 2 tricep movements. And then we hit buys. Starting out buys, I kept buys, like I said, my buys were a little sore, so I kept the volume a little bit lower, kind of the same as triceps actually, but straight bar, cable curls, you've seen me do those. Not much to say about these besides just going slow, going for the contraction, going for a decent amount of reps. Felt good. They always feel good. It's kind of hard not to contract your bicep on those. And after that, we did the same thing except with the hands flipped over, the reverse curls, which I used to never feel, guys. I used to be a reverse curl hater. And then I saw Chris Jones doing them on a cable, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta do reverse curls on the cable. So that's exactly what I've been taking my talents to, the cable reverse curls. And ever since then, I have no regrets. So been doing those, so basically just hitting both heads of the bicep there, and that was the workout. I think, yeah, that was the entire workout. I didn't do anything else, but I'm not done yet. I'm gonna go hit some abs. I really, I can't stress enough how much I love the lat pull down for cable crunches. I'm probably gonna do 3 sets of 30 again for the same amount of weight, which is like 70 pounds. And then do that a few more days and then taper off my ab work a few days before the show. I'm gonna hit 10 minutes on the treadmill of walking just to burn a quick 100 calories. I may be doing that over the next 4 days as well. And after that, I'm gonna head home and get a nice protein and fat meal in because we don't really have any carbs left. So I'll check in with all of you soon.